Okay, we're definitely live now. Thank you so much for that intro, girls. Good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry about the delay. My computer decided it was, in fact, a Monday today, and it didn't want to let us go live. But here we are. We're the Skin Collaborative. We're a group of very passionate skin professionals with varied specialisms who've come together to educate and inspire the public around all things skin. Today, we are talking about complementary therapies and how it links into our treatments, our clients' treatment plans, and then also into our daily lives. My name is Sam Marshall. I am a skin expert and educator based in sunny Manchester. It is actually sunny today as well, which is great. And I am attuned in Reiki. I have gua sha done on me and cupping done on me, and I have acupuncture, and I've got some crystals as well. I'm sure some other things will come up. So I would like to first of all introduce my gorgeous panel. So they're going to tell you where they're from and the complementary therapies that they love to use as well. Tracy, do you want to kick us off?
Thank you, Sam. I'm Tracy. I'm a skin and wellness professional based in Yateley in Hampshire, and I am qualified in Indian head massage, Hopi ear candling, and I have done some Reiki. I also am trained in mindfulness and meditation and coaching. I am very woo-woo and I love all of this stuff. So that's me.
Thank you so much. Jackie.
I'm Jackie. I've got a salon in North Wales, and like Tracy, I am a skin and wellness professional, and I am a Reiki healer, and I also do crystal Reiki, and I'm a sports massage therapist, and again, I love all things woo-woo and start every day with meditation and the 5 Tibetan rites.
Wow, gosh, thank you so much, Jo.
Hi, I'm Jo. I have a clinic in Berkshire. I'm a skin and massage specialist, but I'm qualified in reflexology, Reiki, aromatherapy, and massage, obviously, as well. So yeah, I don't actually have a load of complementary therapies done at the moment, but massage would be my thing.
Definitely. And Anna.
Hi, morning everyone. I'm Anna. I have a clinic in Milton Keynes. We do all aspects of beauty and skincare. I personally am trained in massage, one very popular complementary therapy in particular, hot stone therapy. I love to have things like reflexology. I'm very woo-woo. I'm very into meditation and mindfulness and self-care. Yeah.
And Liz.
Hi, my name's Liz. My clinic is called Elizabeth M. I'm a facialist based in Edinburgh. I love complementary therapies. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would travel the world experiencing every other complementary therapy that I've never had. I currently have acupuncture on a regular basis. I have cranial osteopathy on a regular basis. I'm a trained aromatherapist, and I'm trained in Reiki as well. My kids have complementary therapy. They both see a cranial osteopath, and they also take homeopathy medicine if they need it.
Thank you so much. Wow, gosh, so many things here for us to talk about. First of all, Jo, do you want to kick us off and explain what? I mean, I think we've actually named nearly every complementary therapy out there, but what does the whole complementary therapy thing mean?
So a complementary therapy is a practice or therapy, obviously, that assists or complements the body's natural healing process, or sits really nicely alongside modern medicine. So we've talked, there's aromatherapy, reflexology, massage, acupuncture, and they practice at various different levels. Some become quite medical, and then others are practiced maybe at home. They complement other healing that's going on, either modern medicine or alongside the body's natural healing processes.
Tracy, why do we need it?
Well, when we get stressed, our stress response triggers, and that means that our cortisol levels heighten, and cortisol is a hormone which can be absorbed by every cell of our body, and that's why it can be quite destructive and cause things like blood pressure problems and all sorts of problems in our body, and it can affect our skin as well. We can find that we get a lot of breakouts as a result of high cortisol levels, and that so if we use complementary therapies, it will help us to be calmer, and if we're calmer, then that will reflect in our skin and body.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't actually realize what the connection is between the brain and the skin. And, you know, the skin is there, it sits in between the central nervous system, so it takes messages from inside out, but then also it takes messages from outside in, so it's actually dealing with so much pressure from both sides with the hormones, but also, you know, we see things with our skin, but we can see things with other ailments as well. I mean, it surprised me that this has been studied since ancient Roman times. It's been documented since ancient Roman times. And there's so much we're still learning, I think, about all of it. And I think it's so fascinating.
Yeah, and I think it's important there as well, Jackie, to remind ourselves that the skin is the largest organ of our body. And, you know, what is going on inside often gets reflected on our skin.
What I notice is, I think we live such busy lives. There's this idea that we should be constantly grinding and hustling. I find that a lot of people are less inclined to take responsibility for their health when a pill or cold medicine, or, you know, we expect too much of our bodies. We expect to work a 9-to-5 job and then deal with our stressful lifestyles or run our business, or we seem to be disconnected from the head, the mind and the body, and we don't give ourselves time to heal. And I think modern life just isn't suited to how our bodies are, and I find that most people are also stressed and chronically sleep deprived. We're not living in the natural, what do you call it, the cycle, the calendar cycles. So, you know, before the invention of the light bulb, we would have all gone to bed earlier, we would have woken up more, our diets would have been better, our lifestyles would have been less complicated. And now everything's so complicated with our Zoom meetings and our rush to the kids and rush here and rush there and staying up late. We just don't take enough time to slow down and connect the dots. And of course, our body is going to be stressed, and that will result in all the stressful illnesses that then do impact our skin, like IBS, chronic neck pain, or unexplained aches. And we just don't sort of take enough time. And complementary therapy can be a wonderful way of reconnecting with our bodies, I think. So I'm a huge fan for that reason. And especially as women, we often don't take enough time to slow down and smell the coffee.
I think, Liz, that's just bang on, because I think that actually there's lots that you can do for yourself to regulate your sort of stress levels and take time out for yourself, but it's easier said than done. And I think what's amazing about going to a professional and going to somewhere outside of where you live, you can totally immerse yourself in it. And it's not easy to always do that at home. Even if you do think, oh, I'm going to relax today, I'm going to take some time, there's so many distractions all the time. And actually, when people do say you should meditate, you should sleep, you should go to bed earlier, sometimes you think, oh, I want to do those things, but I don't find I can do it, or I'm not sure where to begin. But going for a professional treatment, those professionals, you know, when you're in their hands, they know what to do. And I urge anyone who hasn't tried complementary therapies or has tried some and is thinking, I really want to try that one, do it, because it's so worth it.
I agree with that, Anna. In clinic, I specialise in menopausal skin, and those very often those women are absolutely running on empty because they're maybe looking after children on one hand, got elderly parents on the other hand, and they're just like torn in so many different directions. And I always, as part of my, my home care, if you like, is try to encourage them to do things like meditation or journaling, or even just a little bit of mindful breathing to begin with, just to get them to sort of center on themselves. It's so important that we start to look after ourselves, because the only way we can look after others is if we look after ourselves first.
Totally agree with you, Tracy. And with menopausal women, I am lucky because I work in a complementary health clinic, so I am able to refer women on to a nutritionist, particularly if they have, like, as we were talking about in Clubhouse on Friday, if they have rosacea or they get adult acne. The responsibility on women is huge, and yet again we always have this idea that we should be grinding and hustling and working, and we rarely just have time out. We just don't have enough. Of course, that's going to manifest in the body in other ways, and with the skin being the largest organ, is it any surprise? I think that women don't get to look after themselves enough. So for me, complementary therapy is a big one. And people that choose to do complementary therapies for a living are just genuinely nice people that want to help. So it's a win-win.
I think quite often, though, I mean, especially as, professional women, we feel guilty as well for actually taking that time out. You always feel like there's something else that you're supposed to be doing. But as far as meditation goes, one thing I found that made it easier for me, because again, it was like, I really want to do that, but I can't find the time to do it. So I set my alarm earlier. So instead of a snooze button, I'll have 2 alarms. One goes off about half an hour before the other one. And then I've got YouTube and my headphones. Headphones go straight on and I do my meditation then. So I've got that done for the day, and it sets me up. So however you want to feel from it as well. But also going back to the skin and stress, there's a lot of people who've got conditions like acne, which can be caused by, various things, but stress is one of them. But then people worry about the actual acne as well. So it becomes a vicious cycle. So by throwing in some alternative medicine ideas and complementary therapies, it's trying to break that vicious cycle.
Yeah, can I just jump in there? That just leads on nicely. Shabana has put on, hi Shabana, has put on the comments that a combination of stress and hormones has personally impacted her body and triggered acne breakouts. I hear you, Shabana. My skin literally is a mirror to how I'm feeling. I will literally wake up one day and have quite a big breakout, and I'll know why. I'll know what, if I've been quite triggered and quite heightened and stressed. And then, like you say, Jackie, it's so hard to not get stressed about the breakout or, whatever the sensitization is on the skin. You then get stressed about that. So yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
We
also
to know how you go back to sleep during that meditation on a morning.
Sorry, say again.
Sarah wants to know how you don't fall back to sleep during that meditation on a morning.
Well, you can either sit up and do it, or it depends what the meditation is as well. But because you've got your other alarm on, it doesn't matter if you drift back off anyway, because all of that information's still going into your brain. It's like subliminal messaging, but it's talking to you on a very different level, and a level like your actual natural brain can connect with a lot better. So if you've not got the chatter going on in your head, which is what happens when we've actually woken up, if you can catch it at that stage before you're fully awake, it actually, your brain's more of a sponge then, and it'll go back in again.
And what I'd like to say on that point is if you choose a morning meditation, they're much more wakeful. So you're less likely to fall back to sleep because they sort of talk about your day ahead, and they're more sort of like upbeat and getting you ready for your day. So it's, you know, maybe choosing one that's more of a morning one rather than an evening one. And on the free apps out there, you can find plenty, and on YouTube.
I was just going to ask that actually. I was going to say, because I'm not really a meditator. I know I should be, but what would be a good starter meditation, or where would you look first to find one that you want to do that would work for you?
The best thing with that, Sam, would be if you've never meditated, to start with some mindful breathing, because if you've never meditated, you will find it may be tricky. But then after that, look for a meditation that's 8 minutes long, because 8 minutes is the key to changing those brain waves. And it's been proven in science that if you meditate for 8 minutes, it will make a difference. So just then try to do that 8 minutes. And what I would suggest is, like Jackie's saying, doing it first thing in the morning, and also as you're drifting off to sleep at night. And there's a free app called Insight Timer that I like to use, or you can use YouTube. There's lots of free apps out there, but I tend to use Insight Timer. It's just one I like. Yeah, but I would say start with the breathing techniques and then progress on to the meditations, and the evening ones, if they're longer, that's fine, because you'll probably drift off to sleep. And it's at times where you don't want to actually make the effort to put that on. That's when you really need to do it, I find myself.
And with the breathing, is the mindful breathing the box breathing that you've mentioned before?
Yeah, you can do box breathing, but there's lots of different methods of breathing, but I'm going to do some box breathing at the end for you all, so we can do that together. But there's lots of different types of breathing, and what I would suggest is, if you don't find that the box breathing works for you, go and have a look. A really good person to look at is Dr. Chatterjee. He's actually a medical doctor, but he sort of bridges the gap between complementary therapies and the medical world, and he does a lot on these sorts of things. He has a podcast, and he's very he looks at it in a very simple way. So that's what my advice would be.
And what we'll do is we will drop in the chat for this all the things, these links that we've talked about, so if anyone's listening, they can find them again.
Great thing as well, sorry, with the breathing, is you can do it at any time of the day, and you can do it anywhere. Once you've got used to doing it, if you're starting to feel a little bit panicky, or even, I went to the hospital not so long ago for a biopsy on my breast because something had come up. And instead of thinking, oh, I've got, I'm bored, I need to look through a magazine or whatever, I sat and did box breathing as I was waiting. So it helped calm me down for the actual procedure, but it also gave something for my brain to do and switch off. So it was a win-win.
I actually find that I do that. If I have to go to the dentist, I take myself back to a place where I was happy and start doing my breathing, because it really does help to calm you down, because it sends those calming messages to your brain. So even though you're not feeling calm, it's telling you, your brain is actually telling you, giving you the information that you are calm. So that's how it works. And it's locally, the hospitals are using complementary therapies to calm cancer patients prior to their cancer treatment, because some of those patients can get quite poorly with the thought of what they're going to have to go through. So by having reflexology is one that I know they use a lot, that then calms them, and it then means that they can go through that treatment without being so triggered, and it's proving really successful.
Are you also EFT trained, Tracy?
Yes, Liz, yeah.
Because I'm not trained in it, but I can do it at home with YouTube. Yeah. And I did that a lot during the first lockdown. It helped tremendously.
Yeah, it's really clever, but we'd have to do a whole live on that one, really. But it really works. It's tapping, if anyone doesn't know, it's the tap in, and like Liz says, you can look it up on YouTube, and there's a couple of little points. There's one here that if you're feeling stressed, you can just massage, but I wouldn't suggest that you do it until it hurts. Just do it gently. And the other one is to do this in between your ring finger and your little finger, and they're very good for children. I spoke to Joe about this. They're very good for children if they're nervous at the moment about going to school and things. It's something that you can just teach them, just a little technique that they can be standing in the queue at school, you know, or you could be sitting in the car and just massaging your hand and no one knows what you're doing. And it just takes that fight or flight down and the stress response calms, and you just feel more ready for your, you know, for what you've got to actually approach on that day.
Fantastic.
Joe, I'll just quickly say, so Joe Williams, hi Joe, has popped on the chat. Breathing techniques send me into a panic attack, so I use visualization techniques instead. That's fantastic. It's whatever works for you, but thank you for that share, because that's really, really interesting.
I use a combination of the two. So it might be that once Jo has got into the visualization, she might be able to use some of the simpler breathing techniques. Might be worth you trying that, Jo, once you've got into your visualization, and then maybe try it once you're calmer, and it may help.
Sorry, you can also add scent into that. I think we've said it before about taking you back to holidays, but if you've got a smell that reminds you of something, use all of your senses. And what I try to do now in massages is I give them something to connect to, and even like the box breathing, if you get them to do the breathing as you're doing the massage, then when they do the breathing when they're at home, it will take them back to the massage. So linking with things that make them feel calm.
I do that, you know, as I do the effleurage, I get them breathing in and out, Jackie, sorry, get them breathing in and out really deeply. And the other thing I do with my back massage is I incorporate Reiki with it, and opening that, you know, working on the chakras. And people always say to me they feel absolutely amazing when they leave, and it's just balancing them and making them feel better in themselves. Yeah, it's great.
Can I just quickly ask, you mentioned that Insight app. I just want to I've popped some links on there. I just want to mention that Insight, was it? The app?
Insight, yes, Anna.
Thanks.
All right.
I think scent's a really important one to pick up on, because that's kind of how aromatherapy works. Obviously, the absorption of the oils into the body is part of it, but that memory and that link we have to scents is really powerful. I quite often use frankincense. Frankincense is not suitable for the skin on your face unless it's really diluted, but as an oil to inhale or burn, it's a beautiful one to aid with breathing. If you hold a frankincense in front of your face, you actually feel like you need to breathe it in. It really opens the airways. So for me, aromatherapy is one of my favourite ones. I use it in clinic. It can be a little bit controversial on the skin because some oils can irritate, but if it's done right, it's fine. Just from a point of view of speaking to the public about it, if you were to dilute your aromatherapy oils, it would be what we call a 1% dilution. So that's 5 ml of your carrier oil and 1 drop of your aromatherapy. In clinic, we might use it slightly differently because we know what oils blend well together to create those nice aromas. I always use rose in mine, and it's slightly because I want the clients to link that smell. So when they come in, they'll say sort of, oh, that smell, and it just straight away they just get that sense of relaxation because they remember it from the time before. And it's about that linking of the scent to feeling relaxed. And obviously then if they go and use it at home, whether it's in the baths and burning oils are probably some of the safest ways to use them at home, or a pre-blended one that you buy for your skin. But personally, I love aromatherapy.
Jo, that scent with the clinic, I don't know if you find, but I find when my customers come in, they always say to me, oh, I love the smell of it in here. And it's just a combination, isn't it, of things that we've used, and you can't really bottle it, but they associate that smell with my clinic, which is wonderful.
Yeah, really, really beautiful. Some really lovely blends that you can make for all different skin types and issues, relaxation. Yeah, there's some really lovely ones. My probably favourites are like the rose and lavender, chamomile, jasmine, those types of oils, really gentle. But yeah, always just make sure you get some advice on how to blend it. And if you've got medical issues, pregnancy, anything like that, then you definitely need to be speaking to a medical practitioner before you use anything, or at least your skin specialist.
On the oils as well, an interesting one for mums, which I think most people are on here and listening, is Mandarin soothes children. So I know a very amazing aromatherapist called Beverly Hyam. She's actually written some books. She's based in Manchester and she makes her own products and things like that. And she said, if you've got a group of children that are going all a bit kind of crazy, just throw an orange in the middle of them or give them some segments of orange, and apparently it just calms them right down. So yeah, Mandarin for children, apparently. There you go. And it's safe for pregnancy as well, citrus, which is good to know as well. So we touched briefly on Reiki before. I think there's quite a few of us that are attuned on here. Who wants to explain to everyone what Reiki is? Because it's something that's just really hard to get your head around, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Reiki is, everyone kind of has a different feeling as to the attunements of Reiki. It's a universal energy. Anyone can be attuned to Reiki. It's not something that's not already within you. But I think one of you girls explained it really well on Clubhouse the other day. Was it you, Jackie?
Not sure.
About how turning it on.
Yeah, it's like tuning into a radio station. So we've all got the ability to do it, because it's not even, when we're attuned, it doesn't become part of us. It just means that we can take that signal and then we can make it flow into the direction that we want to. It's all about the intention. So if our intention during that is to provide healing or to pass healing, even, you know, we don't even need to be hands-on. We can pass healing to the other side of the world, because as long as the intention is there, you know, there are symbols that have been attached to it, which is all part of the attunement process. But we do all actually have a healer inside of us, but we don't all know how to actually tap into it. But yeah, the attunement process for Reiki is just like tuning in a radio so that you can pick up that signal and then you can use that and pass that healing energy to somebody else.
When I was attuned, they explained that it was like you were a satellite. So you've got the chi, the life force energy that surrounds you, that's got the power to heal. And then what happens is that you act like a satellite when you're attuned to it, so you can direct it onto other people. Tracy, how do you use Reiki in your treatments?
I use it in my back massage. I use the chakras and help people just to rebalance. And they always say that they feel a lot better and go out, you know, with that feeling of well-being, which is lovely to see after a treatment.
I'll just come in quickly because we've got some more comments. Michelle Shaw, hi Michelle. She says she loves using aromatherapy and she loves bergamot. So thank you for that share. Sarah Lemon says, I always ask clients during aromatherapy if they have smells with positive association. Yes, it's so important, isn't it? Likewise, if there's anything they dislike, and personally, I hate the smell of chamomile. So if that oil is ideal for a client, I have to hide it well. Otherwise, I feel I won't offer a good treatment. It's so heightened, isn't it? Your senses from it. And that's a really great example of that. So thank you for that share. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got geranium. When I was pregnant, I could not stand it, and it is such a beautiful oil. It's such a nice one to blend. It really balances your blend. I couldn't, even the smallest amount of it, I just couldn't. It really made me feel nauseous. And I've only just recently, my youngest is 8 now, and I would say I've only just managed to start using it in a blend without having that association of feeling like really sick. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Mine's ylang ylang. Oh God!
Oh, I love that.
It makes me feel a bit twitchy. I'm another bergamot fan as well. And if you, I'm sure you do know this if you're a fan, but it's what's in an Earl Grey tea. That's what gives it the scent and the smell. So let's talk crystals now. I think there isn't. Jackie knows what's coming. So I think everyone's got, or they should have a crystal in their house. I recently went on a live with amazing therapies called Kerry Beavis. So hi Kerry, if you're watching. And she talked through all these really cool crystals, and then I ended up spending way too much money on them, but I absolutely love them. So how do you all use crystals? And we'll come to Jackie later down the list. We'll save you, because she's got a very special crystal. Tracy, you were waving one at me. What's your crystal?
Yeah, I've got bloodstone here, confidence, and yeah, that was the one that I chose this morning. I've got a pendulum, and I checked with the pendulum, and it told me that it was the right one. Yeah, I use crystals just personally more than anything else. If I just literally hold them and see how they make me feel, and there's always one that feels stronger in my body than the others. If I pick out a couple, I use my rose quartz pendulum and just go over the couple and find out which one's stronger. And then this was the one today. So yeah.
Oh, and did you all cleanse your crystals last night? It was a full moon last night, so it's the ideal time to cleanse your crystals.
Right. Yeah.
So you can put them in. I think you can put them in salt water outside, or just put them in the moonlight. Some people bury them, I think, but that's just different. Who's got time to clean crystals? Jackie, is that a pendulum you're swinging there?
The pendulum that's swinging itself.
Swinging itself.
Yeah.
So who else uses crystals? Joe, do you use them?
Yeah, I've always got a rose quartz not far away. I really like rose quartz, and the gua sha as well. That's a rose quartz crystal. So that's another form of complementary therapy. I just use it personally. I know people do use it in clinics. But it's been a really nice thing actually for this lockdown period that we've had the clients to be able to actually massage and do that lymphatic drainage on their skin. And if you do have one, personally, I think it's really important to have one that's 100% crystal. So the ones I have are either clear quartz, rose quartz, or jade, and just depending on either what you personally prefer, or even sometimes the time of day you like to do it. So rose quartz is a really nice one for morning. It's really soothing and calming on the skin. So yeah, crystals can be used in so many different ways. So the massage element is really nice, and just that calming element as well. Like I say, I've always got a natural rose quartz, so it's not polished or anything, but it's a really beautiful stone just to have around.
I've got my bar here.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And it's so pretty. It's got lovely markings in it. I love it.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Oh, I love amethyst.
Enhances intuition and encourages tranquility. So yeah, and it's lovely, like Joe says, it's lovely and cool and calming on your skin. So yeah, love it.
Ladies, I've gone to work before with crystals in my bra. I know. Like to protect me from like picking up clients' energy. You know, if you've got someone who you know who's going to be a little tricky, or you've got a tricky day ahead, you don't want to pick up on their energy. I've hidden crystals in my bra if I don't have pockets on what I'm wearing that day. Have crystals underneath the pillow and on the side. So yeah, big fan. Sometimes I still come home stressed, but it makes me feel good anyway.
Citrine is a really good crystal, and if you put citrine in a feng shui thing, is if you stand at your front door, the back left hand corner of your house, that's where you need to put a citrine, and it will help your wealth and abundance.
Yeah,
Anna's into this, I think.
Keep it in your wallet as well, apparently, is citrine.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. You can get those little tiny ones, which would be ideal for your wallet.
I'll just come in there, guys. Michelle says one of my most popular treatments is a rose quartz healing facial, using rose quartz wands to massage the face and tumble stones, and a pendulum for chakra balancing. She loves it.
Nice. I want
Where
one.
are you? Where are you based?
You've got 6 bookings.
Good. And then we've got Fiona Quinn. Hi, Fiona. Where would you recommend getting rose quartz rollers from?
Joe, do you?
I sell them.
There you go, Liz. There is quite a lot online, to be fair. I think it's just really important to make sure that they are 100% crystal. So Liz might be able to say.
We'll drop a link, but the company I use is called Flexi Tools, and it's rose quartz, and they're really pretty, but they're a good price, and they're 100% crystal. I think Maria sells them as well, but we can drop a link in the comments.
Yeah, drop a link and then you'll be able to stock them, because obviously we don't sell to our followers here. We help them all. Right, Jackie, what's your crystal book?
We're talking rose quartz and different ways to wear them. Oh yeah, I've very often gotten dressed, go into bed and realised that I've still got crystals stuck to my boobs when I've taken my bra off. Because you forget that they're in there, especially when you've got the nice thin ones and you've just tucked them in. But mine tucks in somewhere completely different. So if you can't guess where this goes, so yes, rose quartz is great for self-love. And this is worn, you can wear it for short periods of time or a little bit longer. Sam and I pronounce it differently to each other. I call it a Yoni egg, Sam calls it a Yoni egg, so we're not sure. If somebody can tell us how it's pronounced, I know how to wear it, but not how to pronounce it. So I wear mine overnight. I had trouble perimenopause, starting to have my periods every 2 weeks instead of every month. And I read that it can help to regulate them, and it did. So I started, I don't still have to wear it at night now, but as soon as I started wearing it, I went back to just a normal one and literally just popped it in. This one is on a leather strap. You can boil it in the morning to sanitize it and everything. And like Sam said about charging your crystals, mine hang up with my koshi chimes, because I've got a full range of these and my husband made me a lovely stand. So all my crystals that are like this hang up in the window, so they charge in the sunlight in the daytime and they charge in the moonlight at night. And you can also get them without the string. If you've got a nice strong pelvic floor, you can just pop them out yourself. Otherwise, you just use some dental floss, and then you can obviously put the dental floss away each time.
You smell minty fresh.
It helps down there.
Also, it's very important to say as well, when I looked, I still haven't bought one, but I will buy one. The small, medium and large. So you think, oh, I'll be a small. No. You start with large and you work down to small, because apparently they fall out. So hold them in. So if you see us all like that on a Zoom, you'll know what's going on. Thanks, Jackie, for showing us your egg. Hope it was washed. Anyway. Oh, I don't know where to go from that. Who wants to... Literally, I'm like that. Nowhere to go. What other complementary therapies do you?
I might be able to,
like
I can't follow Jackie, but how about migraines? I was a migraine sufferer, pre-perimenopausal, if you like, and I used to get them a lot, and I managed to, with complementary therapies, with the help of homeopathy and Indian head massage, I helped to get them under control, and reflexology. And my reflexologist actually taught me how to use pressure points on my thumbs. And when I started to get a migraine, I would just press around the nail on my thumb, and I would find a little area that was really, really sore, so sore that I could barely touch it to begin with. So I would just stroke that area gently, and then over a small period of time, I'd be able to massage that area, and that would actually take my headaches away, my migraines away. And I had, previous to that, had to start using some very, very strong medication, and that really helped for me, just helped me to calm down, and I managed to use those pressure points.
Another one that I found, I'll turn around to show you. So at the back, under your skull, if you get a pencil with a rubber on the end of it, you can tap all along and right over the other side, and all of the nerves that are in there, it just helps to release the tension in those nerves, and it really does help. Like Sam's doing it, but
It's such a vital area, that, to be fair. It's like in massage, I work really firm into there, because all your attachments of your muscles kind of come into the base of your neck, everything from your scalps. And people really hold so much tension in there. So self massage on your scalp, just take 5 minutes to do it. If you are having a bit of a self-care morning, scalp massage is amazing. And like Jackie's just said, those points, like she said, with a pencil or even your thumb, just massaging the back there is really powerful if you're a headache sufferer, definitely.
You'll be showing us how to do that tomorrow, Jo?
I will. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What's happening tomorrow?
Go on, Anna.
Oh yeah, go on, Anna.
So I'm excited to say that tomorrow night, here live in the group, we're going to be doing a facial routine. So I'll be hosting, and we've got the lovely Tracy and Jo who will be conducting you and taking you through the facial. There's going to be some lovely elements of massage, breathing. We've all done these sort of at-home facials with clients and things, and it's such a lovely get together bonding session, but it can really teach you something about taking time to spend a little bit longer on your cleansing routine and actually incorporating things like breathing and massage. If you don't do it already, it's instantly soothing, instantly brightening on the skin. So what we're hoping is that you guys will come along and watch live and comment and say, yeah, I'm doing this with you, and oh, that felt amazing, or what, just tell us about this a bit more, totally interactive. We have put a post out about the bits and bobs that you'll need. Don't go and buy anything special for it. And actually later on today, I'm going to be doing a quick live in the group to just go through some bits that you'll want to have ready. We really hope that you will be doing it along with us. It's going to be so nice. So it's tomorrow night, the facial itself, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in the group here.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. Yay, so much fun. Okay, any golden nuggets of complementary therapy that anyone wants to add? I think we've pretty much covered it all.
I've got one. A really easy one is Epsom salts, magnesium. Bathing in Epsom salts, I mean, you can get them from most chemists. And I feel that Epsom salts are a really good way. Epsom salts in the bath at the end of the day, it's just a really good way to rinse off any negative energy that you might have picked up during the day. And apart from the woo-woo side of it, it just does relax muscles. So it's what racehorses bathe in after they've been racing. It's just really good for taking the tension out of the muscles. My favorite, actually, magnesium. I drink it. I take it in tablet form. I use a magnesium spray on my body, and I bathe in it as well. So I'm a big fan of magnesium, because we just don't have enough in our diet anymore, and that can make such a difference to your stress levels.
How do you drink it, Liz?
Well, sorry, I don't drink it. I take it in a capsule form.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can actually drink it if you need a clear out.
I think you can drink it as well.
And you know that term, a dose of salts? It comes from drinking a dose of Epsom salts. If you need a really good bowel clean out, don't make any plans for the rest of the day, but take yourself a shot of that and you'll be sorted. You don't need to go for a colonic if you do that.
In the health food shop, you can get it in powder form and add it to water and drink it. And in fact, I'll be doing a lot of that when we return to work, just to be calm, just because it's Mother Nature's Valium. So it's really good for reducing stress levels.
I love this. I literally never stop learning when I'm in this group, guys. I just love it. Can I just say, Shabana has also mentioned dry and wet cupping is also an ancient and very good healing therapy. So there you go. Thanks for that share. Good one, Shabana.
I have cupping done and I forget I've had it done. And then someone will be like, what are those love bites on your back, Sam? I'm like, oh, no, it's my cupping. But I go and see this amazing girl and she just kind of does whatever I need. So she'll do a bit of acupuncture, bit of cupping. She does the gua sha quite a lot because I've got really bad tension in my neck. And it's just the most amazing treatment. It's kind of all the Chinese therapies rolled into one.
With gua sha as well, if people are looking for it, sometimes they call it scraping. So if you're searching for it and you can't find it, even try scraping. And see whether it comes up under that.
Yeah, my lady actually uses, she doesn't always use the gua sha tools. She uses Chinese soup spoons on my back. She said they're better.
I've done it like that.
They're really smooth, like a really smooth bowl shape, aren't they? So you can get like that pressure in without the edge. So it's just a slightly different technique, yeah.
Maybe if people are interested, we should do a gua sha along. Gua sha
along? That's say that 3 times without falling over yourself.
I think we should do Yoni egg and hold it.
That'll be one of those. It's like one of those ping pong shows in Thailand.
Oh, I knew this was going to go downhill.
The viewing rates would go up, wouldn't they?
Put me on here, it's going to get a bit naughty.
It is. Any more comments, Anna?
Sorry, I'm just having a look. Let's have a check.
Anita's saying she's looking forward to the facial, which is nice.
Lots of people saying that they're really looking forward to the facial. So yeah, we can't reiterate it enough. Be there tomorrow. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really lovely. So yeah, lots of comments about that, about the facial. So that's great. And Tawa, you know, complementary therapies, generally, it's such a great way to incorporate self-care into your day. So there's lots of professional treatments, but there's so many tricks that you can do on yourself at home, like a home facial tomorrow night, for instance.
Yeah. Fab. Right. I think now would be a great time for us to do our box breathing, Tracy. So we'd like everyone that's listening, watching, whatever, to join in. So if you want to find a nice, comfortable spot, so if you're doing some housework, pop it down and sit. And I'm going to hand over. Should we have some plinky plonks, please, girls? Get your plinky plonks out.
Will it play more than one at the same time?
Probably not, but we'll plinky plonk first to get everyone in the mood. Tracy, over to you, darling.
Thank you, Sam. Well, as Sam just said, what I'd like you to do is to sit down, put both your feet flat on the floor, let your shoulders drop, and close your eyes, gently close your eyes. At the moment, just watch your breath coming in and out. Just concentrate on your breath. And then if you breathe in for me, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, out, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, in, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, out, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, in, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, out, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, in, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, out, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1. Now if you just let your breath go back to normal, keep your eyes shut and just watch the breath come in and out of your body. When you're ready, start coming back into the room and open your eyes. Hopefully, well, how are you all feeling after that?
I feel calm. Yes, I liked it. I really enjoy it. I could do it for longer, actually.
Well, you can live. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Quite simple. So even if you're stressed, you know, like just even while you're boiling the kettle, this is what I often say to people: is you can just stand there and just do it. You know, it's just something quite simple that really does realign your body quite quickly.
Yeah, I think I said on Friday, you introduced it to me a while back, and it genuinely has been really helping me sleep. I really struggle to get off. Once I'm asleep, I'm out for the night, but I do really struggle, normally like an hour, and it's like, for me, that's a massive thing. So I'm really like calm. It's not really meditation, but it's just introducing me. For some reason, my brain mustn't have been switching off, and that really helps.
Yeah, it's your brain sending information to your body that you're actually calm, Joe. So, you know, like otherwise things race through your mind, your mind monkeys are going, you're thinking about this, thinking about that. Whereas when you focus on your breath, you are actually then just going inwards, but it's actually giving you something to think about by doing the counting. And by doing it backwards, it sort of like gives you something more to concentrate on as well. That's why I count backwards. How do you feel, Jackie?
Yeah, I find that doing that, and then the other one I also do is as I breathe. So as I breathe in, I'll say calm, and then as I breathe out, I'll say relax.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking about before when I was saying about the clients in the massage, because if they start saying that as well, every time they're going to do it, it's going to. So
yeah. I use that one. It's good, that one. How do you feel,
just
Anna?
automatically, as your shoulders go down, as you say, relax, and it is just let go of that tension, isn't it?
Exactly that, yeah.
I mean, I love it. It doesn't take much for me to relax. Like, I totally get in the zone. So for me, I'm just like feeling amazing from that. So thank you. I just want to go. We have loads of likes, like loads of hearts fluttering up the comments. So that was really nice. So it's been very well received, as you would imagine. Suzanne Webb. Hi, Suzanne. She says, this is my first time joining you ladies, and I'm so glad I found you. Oh, lovely. Thank you for that. That's gorgeous. Thanks for that share. Anita's going, oh my God, that's so calming. Thank you, ladies. Sarah Lemon, this sounded lovely, but it's a shame my shopping has just been delivered. So she'll watch back. It's always the way, isn't it? She'll watch back and participate. And Catherine Nelson, hi. She says, need this every morning and evening. So yeah, hopefully you guys will start to incorporate it. And I think just do a few minutes, like you say, Tracy, to start with, and then just build it up, and it can be so helpful. So yeah, well done, Tracy. It was great.
Thank you, Tracy. That was absolutely gorgeous, and I think we might feel some guided meditations coming on in the group. I don't know. Maybe I can ask.
I would love that. I would really enjoy that.
Comment and like if you'd like a guided meditation, and then we'll get Tracy onto it.
I'll do that. Yeah, for sure.
Right. I think we should all let you get on with your day today. So I'd like to say another massive thank you to the panel today, who are our complementary therapy specialists from the Skin Collaborative. Our topic for next week is sensitized versus sensitive skin, as we start our rosacea month for April. As always, we'll be on Clubhouse at 7 p.m. on Friday evening, and then there'll be a rerun of this. I think it is Bank Holiday Monday, though, next week. I have to double check that one, but we'll have a rerun of it in the week. So thank you again so much for joining us, and we will see you all soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.